Yep, that was a tough one. I thought the defense played really well. Both defenses, their defense and ours. It was a defensive type game, and they made the play on defense to win the football game. And what I like about my squad is they kept fighting. They didn't give up, it's going to be that type of game. It comes down to the fourth quarter, and what do you do in the fourth quarter? That's really what it comes down to in football, and they was able to make that play when they needed it, and you got to take your hats off to them guys.
Questions for student athletes? Jack, especially early in that game when you guys are going back and forth, what's the difference, especially when you come from 1 week and then trying to see how you match up and doing a good job there in the first half?
Defense was, we were on point today. I felt like everybody was doing their job. We had a couple mistakes, personal fouls that hurt us, and we kind of lost our head a little bit here and there, but for the most part, everybody stayed together. I felt like we played really well. We only let up that one touchdown that, if we could take it back, that would change the game, but for the most part, it felt like everybody was doing their job. Everybody was, where they were supposed to be, and we were making plays.
Anthony, in terms of offensively, I know you guys are getting drives going, but what do you think was the difference, especially when you're getting into that zone and not being able to catch on those opportunities?
Yeah, it's just, we talk about it all the time, it's just finishing, and that's one of our weaknesses right there. But, we got to do much better protecting the ball and just executing plays and doing our job and focus on each play at a time and not trying to, skip each play. So I think that's the main part, just doing our job and just executing.
What did you think of your mobility tonight and trying to make plays on your feet and also on the move a little bit too?
Oh yeah, they were bringing a lot of pressure tonight, so I had to use my legs and try to make something out of nothing, and I was able to do that, but not enough. But that was about it.
Jack, especially late in that game, when you guys are putting up stops, what was key to getting a lot of reps in the second half out there of staying fresh and being able to make plays?
There's people cramping up left and right. People were hitting the ground because it was hot out there and we got a lot of plays in. So, but everyone just did what they needed to do. They stayed where they were supposed to be, and it shows. It shows when everybody does their job.
Well, you know what? It's just situations. We talk about the last 5 minutes in games and what you have to do to make sure that you win the football game in the last 5 minutes, and it comes down to what we call do your job. And at that time, you got to play poise and you got to play confidence in what you're doing. I thought for the most part we did that, and then you get the turnover, questionable. Again, I haven't seen the film, but we'll see what that looks like. And they pick it up and run it back and score the winning touchdown. I don't think their offense would have been able to drive the football field and score again. The biggest thing for us is just take care of the ball, punt it, let's go into overtime, and I think we win the game in overtime.
I know obviously this week's a lot different from last week in terms of competition level, skill set, stuff like that. How do you think they adjusted to that early in the game?
Well, we adjusted. We went down the field, boom, 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 and had an opportunity, and they stripped the football away from our running back, and it was first and goal, on the 5-yard line. All we have to do is just protect the football, get in, and the game has looked a whole lot different at that time. And so, I'm proud of my defense, man. 1 to 13 on third down, that's dominating. And, to hold these guys, to 300 yards, just a great effort by my defense, man. Got 4 turnovers. That type of stuff right there should win the football game.
Especially late in the game when you see Blockman go down and you kind of having to make plays to get some drives going. What did you think of guys like Jaquan, guys like Anthony trying to move the football for you a little bit?
Man, look, Jaquan is a playmaker. You saw him on punt return. He almost took one to the house to turn the table for us on special teams. And so anytime you get the ball in his hands, it's going to be something good. And, you know, they did a great job. I thought they did a great job putting pressure on Anthony all night. And, you know, Anthony was never comfortable. And when you're not comfortable in this offense, it makes it very, very difficult. And so we got to do a better job of being able to protect him and then be able to get the ball to the right people at the right time. So offense was just off all night long, man. It really wasn't a rhythm to what we was doing. And you got to credit Georgetown defense. I mean, they got 8 returning seniors. I mean, these guys know what they're doing. They done had a lot of battles, and that's why they didn't panic in the fourth quarter. They just kept battling and made the play and pick up the ball and go score a touchdown. But we still fought at the end to have an opportunity there, you know, and we couldn't connect on them 2 deep balls that their corner did a great job of playing the ball and knocking the receiver out of bounds, and then a safety coming over and making the play. So, again, man, I just thought both teams fought really, really hard. The competition was really, really good, and it shows us right now where we at. You know, because Georgetown in the PFL, they up at the top of the PFL. I mean, you know, in the Patriot League. So ain't too many teams beating them in our deal. So it was a great test. You know, the bad thing is you got Presbyterian next week, and that's going to be another physical, tough game. There's going to be a lot of defense and a lot of hitting.